Okay, admittedly, I live under a pretty big rock, so I had no idea who Logan Paul was or that KSI guy, but I was aware of Prime Energy Drink, especially when it started showing up at my local supermarket. Prime Energy Drink is getting a lot of publicity, and not all of it is good, such as when Chuck Schumer called on the FDA to investigate energy drinks like Prime, Monster, Red Bull, and others. And I think I understand why this is. Here's a summary of the caffeine content I found in a variety of different energy drinks I found online. As you can see, a can of Prime Energy Drink has 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is a lot, but is actually less than you find in some Starbucks coffees and other energy drinks like Bang. But I don't think this is the only reason why energy drinks like Prime, Red Bull, Monster, Ghost, etc. are getting negative publicity. What some people may not be aware of is that over the last several years, there have been reports of young, healthy people dying after drinking energy drinks. Here's a report from 2010 where a 19-year-old person died after drinking just a half a can of Monster energy drink. Here's another report published in New York Times in 2012 where a 14-year-old girl died after drinking large cans of Monster energy drink on 2 consecutive days. This report from 2017 describes how a 16-year-old boy passed out in his classroom from heart failure caused by caffeine overdose, according to the medical examiner. Prior to school, he was reported to have drank a large Mountain Dew, a McDonald's latte, and an energy drink. It was also pointed out that prior to his passing, he did not have any underlying heart conditions. In other words, he was apparently healthy. In this paper, 34 healthy, young, and middle-aged people were given 32 ounces of 2 different types of energy drinks within 1 hour to see how their heart function changed. Each of the 16-ounce energy drinks had about 300 milligrams of caffeine, along with taurine and B vitamins. In other words, the normal cast of characters you expect to see in energy drinks. Compared to when they were just drinking water, the energy drinks caused a prolonged QTC interval, which is medical talk for it appeared to change how well the heart was beating. This can in turn increase the risk of arrhythmias, which is not good. I also found this document online which tells the story of almost 40 people, the youngest of which was just 14, who died after consuming energy drinks. In some of the stories in this document, it's mentioned that people signed non-disclosure agreements, which was made between the energy drink companies and the families of those who passed before those cases actually went to court. By the way, I will link to this document and all the other references that I looked at for this video so you can do more research for yourself. The easy answer why energy drinks may be leading to heart problems and some people dying is their caffeine content, which again can range anywhere from 100 to over 300 milligrams per can. By the way, companies that make energy drinks are not always the greatest in pointing out how much caffeine they have. They may highlight things like it's gluten-free and vegan and stuff like that, but you sometimes have to hunt to actually find the caffeine in these products. And then it's usually in small print. That's a problem because the caffeine you consume can actually add up over the course of a day. And by the way, caffeine is even in some medications as well. This study points to a potential other reason why energy drinks may not be so healthy. When healthy, young, and middle-aged people consumed energy drinks, there was an increase in the potential of the blood to form blood clots in their blood vessels. That's not good because it could increase the risk of heart attacks. In theory, this excessive coagulation could be made worse when you're exercising and sweating out a lot of fluids. And if that's not all, this paper appears to show a link between energy drink consumption and depression and thoughts of suicide in young people. And that risk of depression and suicidal thoughts appeared to be even greater the more people consumed energy drinks. Look, I'm not famous and I don't want to be an influencer, but I do want you to be safe. Based on what I've seen, I believe there are risks for some people who consume energy drinks such as Prime, Monster, Ghost, Red Bull, and others. That risk appears to be present even for young, healthy people who don't apparently have any health problems, and it also appears to be even more increased the more frequently you consume these beverages. Again, I don't think this message gets out to people, especially young people, very much, so I do hope this quick video helped move that needle forward just a little bit.